Hey folks, Tuck the Toy Maker here. In the last video, we talked about how if your towers or parts of your towers are looking like this, you might not be applying the type of outside of the box creativity required to play the game Gravity strategically. There's basically two, human behaviors you need to try and avoid in order to come up with a really good strategy. The first one is avoid the temptation to follow the leader. Now, what I mean is, if somebody plays that play, your natural inclination is just going to want to be to piggyback these blocks on top of one another. But the rules say with each turn, every player should be working to make the next player's moves more difficult. So in taking that into consideration, you start to look for options that you otherwise wouldn't be looking for that really make it more difficult for the next players to read. Same thing with symmetry. Your natural tendency is going to want to be to visualize a shape and then expand upon what you see. But if you're trying to make it more difficult, the more asymmetrical, the better, because it makes it so much more difficult for the next players to really be able to visualize what's stable and what's not. And that takes me to the next topic, which is the blocks and their individuality. So that play we call a plank for obvious reasons. These names are easy to visualize and understand. That is the most that you can offer your fellow players at the table. There's a lot of real estate to work with. It's close to the surface. It's very stable. The next play is that, which we call a brick, again, for obvious reasons. Now, it's a little less stable. You've pushed the play up a little bit, and there's a little bit less to work with. The next move is that, which we call a soldier, standing at attention there. Now, you've really made it complicated now because you've severely limited the next move options for the players at the table. And then the last one is this. This is the least that you can offer your fellow players, and we call this a rocker because its center of gravity allows it to do this motion. And this move is the only move by itself that can be considered a trigger. Now, understanding this about the blocks in their individual form takes us to the next topic, which is going to be all about that base. See you on the next one.